the new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com. You are listening to High Score 510, where real talk is our vernacular.
Yeah. Just like at least Conor McGregor, I give shout out to Conor McGregor coming on our show. At least you're a real person. Unlike, who was it? Rocky, who somehow got into a sports Hall of Fame for not being a real. Bro, that's all right. Statue. I'm always gonna bring this up. Hey, I need y'all. Well, that's dude. You don't.
That's Italian's Wakanda.
I don't. You know what? How about we put who is the Confederate leaders they've been taking down, the statues they got in different cities? How we start putting them in sports Hall of Fames too?
They didn't play sports.
They inspired white people to do great things and make this country with some great sports. Then hey, throw them in the Hall of Fame. Shit. Hey, put him in the equestrian Hall of Fame. He riding a horse.
The other thing that didn't surprise me was that Eli Manning still don't got it.
They started him today?
Yeah, he's starting.
Oh,
they're trying to work Daniel Jones.
He looked good in the first quarter.
They're with him until
Yeah, but I feel like they took all of this like positive buzz that they generated from Daniel Jones actually looking good in the preseason.
Yeah.
People being like, oh, maybe he actually was a good draft pick. And then you go ahead and shit the bed with this over-the-hill ass quarterback? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Eli Manning doesn't have it.
I mean, but I think because he was doing that against like the fourth strings and
yeah, but
he did do it against the starting
But the point
lineup
is that no one expects the Giants to be good.
No, so
no one's going to look at Daniel Jones as the problem for why they're not winning.
Yeah.
But now you just look at it like, oh, you guys are still trying to win because you're starting Eli Manning? Like, it doesn't... I don't know.
No, it doesn't make sense for them to start Eli Manning. But I mean, he had a good. He looked good in the first. He made some good throws.
He made a couple good throws.
The team is just not good, Jared. Let's not overhype it now. The Cowboys got the easiest schedule in the first 4 games of the season.
No. The Cowboys did.
The Dolphins part of their first 4? Yes, they are. Yeah. They got to play the Dolphins.
But the Cowboys did what I was hoping they would do is like beat a team that is younger, transitioning, and in flux. It's not a solid team that's making a run necessarily this year.
Yes.
Maybe not for a couple years. So, like, that's what the Cowboys should have done. But the point is that Eli Manning is still a starting quarterback, and that has been a sinking ship for several seasons now. So the whole point is, like, that did not surprise me. The second thing, I heard Troy Aikman talking about it, though, on the broadcast, saying they want to do right by him and, like, you know what I'm saying, let him start, and then they're going to try and plan a phase out of him probably some point this season.
Oh, I think it's happened before.
Yeah, but they wanted basically to, like, show him the respect of being their quarterback for the past 16 seasons, a Super Bowl winning quarterback for them. They're probably their best quarterback in franchise history.
So this is
right?
pretty much like his Dirk Nowitzki, like farewell tour.
I think so.
And I don't have a problem with that because that's how he got.
No, that's fine.
That's how he started. Because remember, Kurt Warner,
good enough to have that.
Wait.
I don't think it's because of how good he is. I just think because, you know what? It's been 16 years.
It was fine to have.
We won 2 Super Bowls with your weak ass.
Sure, but they should have done that 4 years ago. Then.
They should have. I agree. But let's just do it now. You're not going to win. Yeah. And why throw Damon Jones to the Cowboys, right?
Oh, that's bad. This magic moment.
His name's not Damon Jones?
No. Damon Jones, the nigga that J.R. Smith threw
Damon Jones married to Keisha Cole.
Daniel Jones, by the way.
I know, but Damon Jones is married to Keisha Cole. I should get credit. No magic moment there. You should be playing some Keisha Cole, her hollering and making the dogs howl right now.
Oh my God. This magic moment. I'm not a big Eli fan. I think he is on the way out. I don't think he's as bad as everybody thinks he is. He was 30 for 44, but his average pass was like 7 yards, only 1 touchdown. I think they need to ride Saquon a little bit more. He only had 11 carries for 120 yards.
They're gonna stack the box. In the first quarter, he had like a 50-yard run though. They scored a touchdown on that drive. But the thing I'll say about Eli Manning, the reason why he doesn't have it and they should transition, they should have transitioned, is because he made a couple plays today that were just like, you're a 16-year vet. You're supposed to be a leader of the team. You can't, having this much experience at quarterback, still be like this, like just
What behind the ears?
stupid. Yeah, stupid with the ball at times. Like so, they were in field goal range basically, right on the outside of field goal range, and it was basically they were gonna either go for it on fourth down, or try a really long field goal, right? Because it was like 3rd and 1.
So
He rolls out. Van Der Esch comes at him and he throws the ball away as he's about to get hit, but he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage when he's out of the pocket, right? So it's intentional grounding. He didn't just like the play. The Cowboys played it well. The play they were trying to get wasn't there. Just throw it out of bounds because you know 4th down you're probably gonna go for it or try a long field goal. Instead they got a 10-yard penalty and lost it down. So then that ends up turning to be 4th, and now they're out of field goal range. Now they can't even go for it on 4th and 1. The next play he did.
This sounds like eerily like Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
Like I watched that game and like you're 4th and like it was 4th and like 10, and he's taking a sack with like in the pocket for like 5 seconds. I'm like, no, get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
You have to get rid of the ball.
Yeah. No. And another thing is like Eli Manning plays like he has like PTSD or something like that because like he gets triggered and like goes into a haze and like, dude, get rid of the ball, do something. Instead, he holds on to it too long, throws it, penalty. They lose the opportunity to score in the first half. I get turn on the 3rd quarter. It's like Cowboys up 28-10. Giants are in the red zone. He rolls out again, gets hit, fumbles the ball. Cowboys pick up the fumble. And basically that was the end of the game because the Cowboys went down and scored another touchdown. Like that was their chance to like stay in striking distance. And instead, he runs over there and fumbles the ball on a rollout, and that was basically the end of the game. So Eli Manning just makes mistakes that you can't accept or expect from somebody who's been in the league that long. So it is what it is.
Eli Manning should not be starting.
No, he shouldn't be.
For any NFL teams right now. Well, that is fact of the matter. You know, like you can say like, yeah, he's getting his farewell thing, but the team can decide that, or they can let Eli Manning decide that.
But you know what? But I have no problem with them slowly bringing in Daniel Jones.
That's fine. I hear that. But what I'm saying is
right that time. No, seriously. Don't hit the button. Don't waste our time, Jerry.
That was a real one though. That was like a real match because you said it. Way. You said Damon Jones like you were like, am I saying the right name?
That was such confidence too.
This is what happened when we drinking beer and we start the show during my dinner time. That's part of my cutting corner. I forgot that.
Well, the other thing I'll say about that, on Tim's point about Eli Manning not being good enough to be a starting quarterback for probably, I would say, almost every team. Maybe they're the Giants, or maybe they're that bad outside of him, and so maybe he could start for them. But
they are.
But the main thing is that this is football. Like, you don't have hella seasons like in basketball or relative to sit there and be like, oh, we can give this guy a farewell tour because we're not in playoff competition. Because most of those guys that are getting paid in basketball are getting paid way more than they should be. They're paid hella money, and their careers are going to probably last longer, right? The guys who are actually like role players and like decent players that are hoping to get better contracts, non-guaranteed contracts, you know what I'm saying? Their careers might only last 2-3 seasons where they actually are like decently good players because of either, you know what I'm saying, their pay rate gets too high, or they get injured and they're never the same player. There's just so much that goes into it that makes football like, you got to give your team the best chance to win. And if Eli Manning is that, then I'll let Pat Shurmur sit there and be cussing at the referees for making the right call several times throughout the game and just be at wit's end. But if that's not the case, and you really want to get this team better as soon as possible, you gotta go with the young guy right now.
So then this is my question then. If you know you don't have a Super Bowl winning team, right?
Yeah.
Even though it is the NFL, you know you can win some games. You know you're gonna build. I think if you know you're not a Super Bowl winning team, you know your goal is to build each game just to get better by the end of the season. We saw teams last year who, like Cleveland last year. One of the reasons they became paper champions this year is because they built each game last year. And they built to where they look like a decent football team by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And so my thing is, what? Do you think that the model should be, some rookies, yes, you should throw them out there. Mm-hmm. Right? And sometimes, I don't think there's a right or wrong to it. Sometimes it's best to go ahead and play somebody in front of them. I mean, look, that worked for...
Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers
but
probably
not just
was
Aaron
ready.
Rodgers. I mean, it was someone else recently that's a good quarterback that sat.
Well, Eli Manning sat for a season under
No,
Kurt.
he didn't sit a whole season.
Behind
he sat
Kurt
5
Warner.
games.
Yeah, he sat part of the season.
5 games.
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes sat for a year.
season.
So, I mean, you could go either way. Both of them work, right?
Blake Bortles.
Yeah, he got 6 seasons. He was given the right. But no, I agree. Like, that's up to coach's discretion that, like, it's going to...
And I think that's
it's in the
what's
interest
going on
of that
now.
quarterback.
I don't think it's like...
I get that.
think we're
if that's the case,
I think we're
it's fine
selling
with me.
it out like it's this Eli Manning having this Kobe...
You know,
Kobe Bryant
Dirk
or
Nowitzki.
Dirk Nowitzki moment. It's not. I think they're just like, you know what? We drafted him. He's still on a contract. We drafted. I mean, you don't draft a quarterback with your first round early pick.
Yeah.
Because you think he's just going to be your backup. No, they drafted him to be their future.
Yeah.
But why throw him to the wolves? I mean, they're smart enough to see that. Look, they know who he played against in preseason.
Yeah.
They know who's out there. They realize that all those stats he put up was against guys wearing numbers that, when you got safeties wearing number 60, right?
Yeah.
That's, he threw a pass and I saw one of the safeties wearing a high-ass number. And I'm like, come on now.
You talking about the Cal quarterback?
Exactly. Cal. Yeah, so they know that he's our future, but it's going to take a second.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that is the best case scenario, that they're not going to hold on. But they held on and they didn't move on from. It would be so much easier right now if they had moved on from Eli last season or the year before. And granted, like.
What they moved to? Geno Smith?
Well, 2 years ago they were in the playoffs.
They tried to. They put in Geno Smith and it was worse.
I know. Now they got their quarterback, so I'm giving them that benefit of the doubt. But it's not surprising that Eli Manning is still garbage.
I would rather have like a farewell tour for Andrew Luck, who retired, than for Eli Manning, who needs to retire.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Eli Manning fucking sucks, and we can all say it, and he shouldn't be quarterbacking anymore, and bring Kaepernick in. You're welcome, Jared.
Thank you. And Andrew Luck ain't got no heart. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
Oh, you gonna trigger somebody in here,
You
Jared.
just triggered me. Trigger. Andrew Luck has been going through injuries for like the last 3 to 4 years. He has not come back. He has not come back full healthy. I feel him when he retires. I've been rehabbing for the last 3 years. I can't keep on doing this.
I agree. I see
there's so many players that rehab every year. Marcus Larrath had 25 surgeries. That's part of playing the game.
My thing is that
it's part of playing the game.
I don't blame him for being look, I'm hurt. I don't want to do it no more. I don't blame him for that.
I'm not mad at him for doing that.
Let's not sit here and say, there's a ton of players that this is their livelihood and they have played hurt. We've seen players come out there. There's a guy for Jacksonville who tore his meniscus, a rookie, not too many months ago, and he was back out there today and he got hurt again. But he's like, this is my life.
His knee, right?
Yeah, his knee.
Well, what's his name? Ramsey. He tore part of his meniscus. His rookie season in training camp, and they're like, you can do surgery or you can play through it. And he's like, I'm gonna play through it. And he's been the best corner in the league for the last 2 years.
Y'all talking about rookies though.
Jared tore his ACL. I mean his Achilles, and he's still out here balling.
He was out there with one crutch.
Yeah.
My argument against this is that we gave Andrew Luck
money.
I don't care about the money. The money was there.
They gave him all these accolades before he ever
He was the anointed one, but he was worth it. Let's not say he wasn't worth.
If he would have stayed healthy.
All right, this is my question.
Let's not say he wasn't worth.
Up until the point he retired, who had a better career out of his draft class? Out of all the draft class quarterbacks? Russell Wilson.
Well, sure.
Of course, and that's
but Aaron, come on. First of all, you think Russell Wilson is probably one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league?
I mean,
right?
but I'm just going by stat wise.
What I'm trying to say is that you're comparing him to a guy in his draft. Yes, that is fair.
Yeah.
But he's also a guy in the draft who's done exceptionally well.
Yeah, I know.
So that's fine. But if you want to compare them,
compare him to RG3. Yes.
Yeah, you compare him to someone else who
Kirk Cousins.
Right, there are guys who have not done nearly as well.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck is a great player. I think
he is a great player.
The thing that struck me when that happened was Andrew Luck realized he didn't love football as much as everyone, or he thought he did. Mm-hmm. And I think he was like, it's not worth it for me to continue to put my body on the line to play a sport that I don't wake up and want to play anymore. Yeah, and I think that's what it was.
And I give him that.
Wait. I actually have a question.
What's up?
What did you tear? Your ACL?
Achilles.
Your Achilles?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you play basketball right now, out of 1 to 100, what % would you be at?
I would probably be, if I played after my surgery, and I was back in playing shape when I was playing again, I was probably 85% of what I was originally. Okay,
so imagine that 3 different times.
Yeah. I know.
So do you think you'll still be at 100%? Not even close to 100%. No. You have a new 100%. Mm-hmm. You have 80%. Mm-hmm. And so everybody knows when you don't play at 100%, when you're fatigued, when you're favoring one knee, when you're favoring your back, when you're favoring a shoulder, that's how you get injured all over again.
Yeah. But so what I'm saying is like I understand his right to make that choice, and I'm not saying I'm pro player rights. So like if you ask me like on a certain level, like they do what they want to do, man. It's their body, it's their career, it could be their career. It doesn't have to be their career. It's up to them to continue to play. What I am going to say is that when you in football, because of the way things are structured, when you're given and anointed a certain position, or you've earned the right to play a certain position, but you're also anointed certain accolades before you've really achieved anything, or you're given this hype and this hope behind you, and you're basically given this air of
can't do no wrong,
or you're just like you're given so much in that just like social sphere that you give that all up. And you now are never considered that to me when you quit before you could have, right? Like if you play through it, you earn that glory. You earn that air of, you know what? Andrew Luck never maybe won a Super Bowl, but he always had his team in a great position. He was a great quarterback, and he played through hella injuries, and he always toughed it out no matter what. That's what you earn through that action. If you quit like Chris Borland, or you quit like Andrew Luck, you lose all that to me, and it's no longer there. You quit.
So like you want him to like prolong his
Vontae Davis was a tight DB, but
wait. So you want him to like prolong his career and just be like a sucky quarterback? Like
he wasn't gonna suck. No. Well, here's the thing: he was not pressured to get on the field the same way other players are pressured.
He was able to miss a whole year.
He didn't have the pressure to play through the injuries that he had that were probably less severe than the injuries that some of his teammates had to play through so they can maintain and sustain their career.
Yeah, but you're
so when you compare that
as a quarterback, they're kind of like
you're the most protected position on the team too.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like he loses all that credibility that was been given to him, that's been built up in his hype and hope, is gone from me, and I no longer see him in that way. Was he a good quarterback? Yes. Could he have been great? Maybe. But I don't see him in anything special. I see him just the same way I see RG3 now, because he quit before he could have.
Come on, dude. He is not RG3.
I didn't say he's RG3. I said I see him in the same way. I see him in the same way.
What I want to say,
what happened to RG3, and I understand that that's where your argument is. And it does suck what happened to RG3.
You played quarterback in the NFL, and you were pretty good for a while.
He was forced to play through injuries.
Yep.
And it sucked that he was forced to play without being totally healthy.
Where's his career now? He's backing up.
He's in a hole. He's backing up Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson looks like he'll never come off the field.
But
you were a pretty good. You were a good quarterback.
Rookie year.
You were a great quarterback, a good quarterback in the NFL. You could have been great potentially, but it didn't happen. So boom, that's what it is. That's why I see both of them the same. Andrew Luck had it on his side. Andrew Luck was given chances. Kirk Cousins was given more chances than RG3. We won't get into that anyways. But what I will say, a 4th round draft pick was given more chances to fuck up than the 1st round draft. I'm not gonna get into it.
Kirk Cousins was a 2nd round draft pick.
4th round.
He was 4th?
Yeah.
4th round.
Wow.
Yeah, Michigan State 4th round. Anyways, what I will say is. What I will say though, that's why I see them the same. They are the same. They're one and the same.
I will agree.
Could have been great.
Because like I was telling Tim here, it's all in context. Like,
you
complete 100% of your passes, but like if 100% of them are like no more than 5 yards, like I don't have respect for that.
Alex Smith.
Is that
Marcus Mariota?
Well, tell me this. Is that the same as height being in context? Because I was looking online.
Go ahead.
According to this, Jamie Foxx is 5'9", right?
Right.
Now, according to that TV, he's towering over Michael B. Jordan. Right? That's why I paused it right here. He is towering. Wait till they sit down. Look how much taller he is than Michael B. Jordan, who's supposedly 6 feet.
Wait, how odd? Really?
Supposedly.
Let me see that. Let me see how tall Jamie Foxx is.
Jamie Foxx, 5'9". Let's go to Michael.
I can't see Michael.
5'9". Remember, I argued this before, and I said, "Dude, that dude is a midget." I said, "They how
he really
they
do look kind of short now."
He is really short, but remember online,
it says
Wikipedia said he was 6 feet 6'1". I'm like, dude, he is short.
Maybe he got lifters or something.
No, they do. He doesn't stand next to people.
Maybe he has like one of those Tom Cruise complex, like where you got to film me like next to somebody but far away.
I don't think he has the complex. I just know they do it because they're trying to make him he's supposed to be Creed. He's supposed to be the action star. Just like Tom Cruise. I don't think it's really Tom Cruise complex. I think it's also like, man, if we going to make this dude an action star, we can't have him standing next to, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, we got to film it this way.
Well, Arnold is short too, though.
But anyway, so...
Also,
sorry.
Kiegan, Aaron loves loves
Michael
Tom
Jordan.
Cruise.
Do you like Tom Cruise?
I love
He's a
Top
huge
Gun.
Top Gun
I don't like
fan.
Tom Cruise. I like Top
So,
Gun.
You're a cruiser.
That place
No, I like Top Gun.
has a special spot in Aaron's
Gun.
heart. So therefore, Tom Cruise has
No,
a
because
special
I don't like the MI8, the MI whatever,
I've
MI8.
never
Mission
seen you
Impossible.
play volleyball.
When I do, I have my shirt off and I'm oiled up. Just know that. But I don't like. Look, I don't play.
I've never
I'm
heard
gonna tell
you.
you, I don't like the Mission Impossible movies.
I've never heard you refer to yourself as like Maverick or Ice.
That's because I refer to myself as Sundown, the only black dude that was on there. I was at Sunset, dude. He gave him the most racist name he had on his helmet.
Tired of being your trail donkeys? Acting like you some one-man GPS? God damn it! We lost! We fucking super lost, man! Tell them, McCluskey. Tell them what time it is.
I don't believe you people.
Huh? What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Huh?